Hello traders, this is going to be a really fun video today. So I, as many of you guys know, have recently released a private Discord where I share a lot of my more secretive alpha, do trading live streams. If that sounds like something interesting to you, you can click the link in the description below and get access to private posts and a ton of material for a beyond cheap price of only 15 bucks a month. So if you want to just go check that out, you can click the link in the description below and have some fun. So today's video, we're going to be talking about GMX, and I have to give credit to the guy that showed me this, who is Usman on the Discord. And the amount of information that we get from this is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to show you guys two key indicators that you can use today immediately for free. And these indicators, I think, are beyond powerful. So the first indicator is quite simple. It is just the trader's net P&L. So if you take a look at the one on the left, not the one on the right, they're the same thing, but the one on the left is more important because it's net. What this shows is whenever traders on their website have either made a lot of money or lost a lot of money, okay? So when we look at this, typically any time that there is a massive jump in profit, almost always the market reverses. It's a really, really good indicator. So if you look here where I'm scrolling over, at about, what was it? The second, February 9th. On February 9th, there was a net P&L of $7 million from traders on this website. And look what happened on February 9th. February 9th was when we sold off quite quickly and a lot of people made money. Now, when too many people are making money, this is a very good sign that the market's going to reverse. What I've noticed in my own trading and also backtesting this indicator, it's more likely that when too many people are making money that the price reverses rather than too many people are losing money that the price will reverse. So I've noticed that just about every time this spikes, the market has like always reversed. It's really, really, really cool. So if you look at another one that happened a little bit later than Feb 9. Also, if you look at, where is it? Is it you, man? Oh, Feb 15, yeah. The one I'm scrolling over right there, where there was a net P&L on that one day. Traders made $6.7 million in profit on Feb 15. Now, Feb 15 was here. And this is where then the market began to reverse back down. So this profit ratio has just been a really, really, really good indicator for picking tops and bottoms. Because obviously, had you longed here, shorted here, I mean, you would have been absolutely killing it. If you had just basically gone off of too many people are making money, okay? And again, when I say net P&L, these are closed trades of futures traders. So this is looking at all futures traders, and the amount of money we're talking is in the hundreds of millions of dollars of how much open interest there is on this exchange. And they give you access to a lot of really cool metrics. And this is the all-time chart. And what this shows is that overall, throughout all of history of this platform, traders have collectively lost about $28.5 million. And that's not even including fees. So more than 28.5. But yeah, it's just been really, really nice to look at this for as a reversal indicator, looking for when too many people have made money. Another one was March 22nd, but this is way back in 2022 when not as many people were trading on GMX. So was it March 20? What was the date that you wanted? It was March 21st. Yeah, March 21st. Gotcha. Yeah, this one was really interesting as well. Look what happened on March 21st. Too many people were making money on this sell-off right here. Price just went right back. Price just went up. It's funny how the market does this. It's not cruel. It's just the way that this kind of system runs. The very second that too many people make money and you see a spike in net P&L, well, so far, historically, 100% of the time, the next at least 2 to 3 days after, price is completely reversed. It's happened about every single time. When people are losing a lot of money, like everyone was losing money here on June 17th. If we go look at June 17th of this year, of last year, June 17th. June 17th was actually near a market bottom, right? A lot of people were losing money right here. So what ended up happening is that we had a final sell-off and then price went back up. But like I had said, I think that this indicator is a lot better to use when too many people are making money rather than when too many people are losing money. Because that's really, kind of what I've noticed has led to a reversal. Also, you can change the time frame by going here. So if I go to last month, that would be more zoomed in. Now, the main indicator that we're going to talk about today, there's actually three that I want to talk about. This is probably the second best, maybe. The best is this. This indicator is a little broken. It's so good. This is literally just showing you what percent of all of GMX is long or short in every single position. Nothing hidden. So this is even better than the Binance long short ratio, because the Binance long short ratio, guys, what that shows is what percent of accounts are long or short. What this is showing is literally what percent of contracts are long or short. It's an absolute long or short indicator. And what I've noticed, I mean, there's so many things you could do here, but obviously when a lot of people are short, typically, let me just show you, and then the data kind of speaks for itself. If we go late January, almost everyone was long. And that's late January of this year, actually. Late January of this year, everyone was long, and that's when prices couldn't really go much higher. And then price went back down. And then around Feb 11, Feb 12, we started to see, what was it? A lot more people going short. Yeah, actually, let me just zoom in, because I feel like it's going to be a lot cleaner if I do the last 3 months. Because this zoom in is going to just show you exactly what I've been trying to say. So this is just the last 3 months. The notation is European notation, not American. So what that means is they display the day, then the month, not the month and then the day like they do in the United States of America. If you look at what ended up happening here, I actually kind of want to zoom in more to like get very, very specific to show you guys exactly just how good this has been. So here we go. So you can see that, okay, maybe that was too zoomed in. No, I don't want that. I want last 2 months. Okay, that's final, guys. Last 2 months was the better one. So that's my final selection. Yeah, it's perfect right here. So do you guys see how so many people were long here? 90% long of the open interest, 80% right here on Feb 8. Just way too many people are long Feb 8. And I mean, you kind of know where this is going. Price sold off. Because typically the majority loses. That's just how markets run, okay? Then guess what ended up happening? Look at this spike. Right after the market fell, a lot of longs probably got killed. But then we went back to about 50-50 right there. And we had 47.25% of the market was short. That's a ton relative to its past. That's a ton of people, which was so interesting because then what ended up happening is right when a lot of people were short on Feb 12, Feb 12, guys, was not a time you wanted to be short. You probably would not have fared well unless you were a very short-term scalper, because price went down about 2% and then went up 16%. Not a good time to be short. And then you can see that what ended up happening here. Look at this, 222, 221. There's just not that many people short, about 221. Feb 21 was at the market top. So this indicator has been so good at predicting market tops and bottoms, and the way that it does it, or the way that I like to look at it, is just what is the minority? And not just what is the minority percentage-wise, but what is the extreme majority and the extreme minority doing? Meaning like when this gets like 90%. Or when you see a jump of like shorts go from 20% to like 45%, you know? Because that can show you that there's a lot of potential for liquidation and for price to just go against a lot of people, okay? So if we go all time, because all time is going to give us the ultimate amount of data, which is going to help the most. It's going to probably take some time to load. But you can see some very interesting times when everyone was long and where everyone was short. So this is 2023 data, and then we go back to 2022. I mean, sorry, this was actually 2021 back then. Where was it? Oh, right here, guys. Look at what happened in June. In June, we had the most extreme long-short ratio. I mean, one of the most extreme besides like that, 99% on December 27th, 2021. But the thing is, we want to put this into perspective because that was a percentage and not a raw number. But this is actually raw numbers, even though the percentage one's easier to look at. This is probably the better one to look at. But yeah, you want to keep in mind of that. So in early June, what was the amount of open interest or amount of people trading on this? So in early June, as you can see here, there were $42 million worth of longs. There were $10 million worth of shorts. There's a lot of longs June 9, June 10 of 2022. Now, if we go back to June 9, June 10 of 2022, here's the really sad thing that ended up happening, guys. The sad thing is price did go up, but it first killed all the longs, then went up, which is brutal, but it's kind of the way the market works. So the market did go up a little bit. It did. As you can see here, June 10th, a lot of people were long. They made a little bit of money, but then it shook a lot of them out. And if I go to percentage, we go back to 2022, which is around here. I want you guys to go look at just how much this flipped, because this was, I think, the craziest indication so far. Watch this. So you can see that the majority of the market's long, right? Around here. Look how many people went short. Look at this change. We went from everyone was long, and then the market chopped them all out and killed them. And then around here, just everyone is short. And then we get to this extreme, a short percentage that you almost never see in the market, because most people like to be long more than short. And the what is that? The 1st of July, I mean, there's just a lot of people who are short now, and it didn't really fare too well for them. A lot of people were short, and they got slaughtered, because you can see a lot of them stayed short, and yeah, unfortunate. Then people began to get a lot more long around here, which was later in July, like 22, 23. And I guess these guys kind of bought the bottom. I would say that this is a good indicator, but the thing about this that you have to know is you want to play extremes. This works quite well when you're looking at extremes. So when this is extremely long, that's typically a good time to short. When this is extremely short, as it was like around here, this would have been a beautiful place to go long on July 1st. And July 1st, where were you? July 1st was here. I mean, maybe not the best time to go long, but medium term, probably good. But I would say that this indicator is probably more important in the present, because the amount of data we have is much larger, because the open interest has, massively risen. Some really interesting indications, like right here, just the amount of longs that spiked. We had another long spike. Where was it? Like right here on the 21st of February. 21st of February, we just had a lot of longs. Let me see, 21st of February. Yeah, that's the one I already showed. That was the market top. That was really sad, but it's how the market runs. So that is something that I found to be very, very interesting with kind of counter trading this type of open interest. It's a really good indicator. This site just gives so much information. You can see when everyone's taking profit, then you can go look at and see what percent are long or short. The final indicator I want to show you guys that I found helpful, probably the third best indicator, open interest, long short, probably the best, profit ratio, probably the second best. This guy will be the third. And I'm going to disable this just to show you. The borrow rate annualized is nice. What it shows is how much demand there is for USDT, USDC, i.e. people who are purchasing, versus the demand for Ethereum, Bitcoin, people who are going to be borrowing to short. When demand to short gets very, very high, typically that's a market bottom. When demand to long gets very, very high, i.e. demand for USDT, percentages for USDC gets very, very high, that's typically a pretty good time to short. And I don't want to cover too much of this because I don't want this video to be too long for viewership reasons, but you can kind of look at the borrow rate to figure that out. Overall, this is a really, really cool website to look for sentiment data, because it gives the most raw, obvious, transparent data you could ever imagine, which is really, really helpful for guys like us, and girls and bots and whatever you identify as. So I really like this indicator, and I'm really looking forward to hearing about it in chat, more specifically hearing about it in the private Discord chat that has been just buzzing. So with that, happy trading. Check these indicators out and have fun.